Oh, you want that story first?
Yeah. We're hitting the ground running.
Okay, well, so basically, the reason why I actually came to Thailand was because I was doing some volunteering. So I was in Hua Hin, which is like this little village or city, whatever, volunteering with like stray dogs and cats, and that was all great. We were staying in this volunteer house with about like 14 people in it.
Yeah.
And then we'd do the volunteering in the week, and then on the weekend we'd like go out to town, or like this week we did karaoke, right? So it's really fun. You can like order your drinks through a walkie-talkie. It was so good. And
how
like
does
the stuff
that work?
I don't know,
as
like
in each table had a walkie-talkie. And
yeah, so we got this like private room.
okay.
And it didn't even cost that much, and then you just say like, oh, can I get a pina colada? And then the staff was so enthusiastic, they were like, pina colada, woo woo. I'm like, fuck. This one girl smashed a glass, actually. She was so drunk, but anyway, so that was a great night.
Yeah.
And then we're like getting a tuk-tuk home, so we get in there, or like the guy seems nice enough, and we were just chatting on the way back, whatever. And then we get to the volunteer house, and we get out of the car, and we go to like pay this guy. And there's a street dog on our road called Consoy. She's like the sweetest little dog ever. She's not violent at all.
Right.
And then she starts like approaching the man just really slowly. And then when he gets out the car, he keeps like pointing at his leg and going like that. And we're really confused. And we thought maybe he like scraped it or something. And so we were just trying to pay him. Then he looked really angry. He goes into his glove box and gets out this huge machete, right? And he starts walking towards the dog. And he looked like he was gonna like chop the dog's head off.
Going after the dog.
And so one of the girls that I was with like ran up to the dog and grabbed it and was like, no, this is our dog, like, don't hurt her. I literally froze in fear, so thank God she was there, because I literally was
Are we
so
talking about
useless.
a full-on machete?
Yeah, like... it was huge. So we were all like absolutely shitting ourselves. And then this one guy we were with, he was like, right, girls, get inside. Bless him, he was such a dad. And then he was like, lock the gate, I'll pay the man, we'll sort it out later. Then we get the dog, bring her inside. And we were just all crying. We thought like we were going to die, or like he was going to kill the dog or something. Like, it was so scary.
Oh my God, he had a machete just tucked away in his glove box at the ready.
And it was really...
So why was he pointing to his leg?
So basically, I think what happened was maybe he scraped it when he got out of his car, and then he saw the dog nearby and thought the dog bit him or something like that. But there was no blood, there was nothing on there. So he must have just got confused, I don't know, because the dog wasn't even really near him. That's why we were so confused as to like why he was going to kill her, but... honest
maybe
to
he's
God,
just got a bad fear of dogs.
Well, yeah,
I know some stray dogs can be pretty aggressive.
Yeah, because when we first started the volunteering, like during the induction, they gave us all these statistics and stuff and said that a lot of the reasons why like some Thai people are like scared of dogs or they don't like dogs is because they're just not educated, and a lot of the stray dogs are really dangerous. Like, they kill people.
Yeah, they are feral.
So and when we were taking the dogs on the beach walks and stuff at the volunteering, like we'd take them off the leads and stuff. They were all really friendly dogs, but there would be like Thai people just walking or like going for runs, and they were absolutely terrified when the dogs came near them, and they were like screaming and stuff.
There's so many dogs though.
Yeah, but I guess it is scary walking past stray dogs though, because they could attack you.
If they're big mutts.
Yeah,
and especially because of like stuff like rabies.
Yeah, rabies.
So
you never know. Like, even though I worked with dogs for a few weeks, I still get scared if I see street dogs, because you just don't know what they're like, and if they've been abused by humans and stuff, they might try and hurt you. But I
think the worst we've heard it was a guy. We were talking to a rep. I think it was in K Bunk in Pai in North Thailand, and it was either someone she knew or her friend. It might have been a mutual friend, had a cut on his leg, and a stray dog licked the cut. And as it turned out, he went home, and 2 weeks later, he was like foaming at the mouth. It might not even been that long. I think he was dead at 2 weeks. Like, as soon as you start foaming at the mouth and
Wait,
stuff.
the guy died?
Yeah. So like the chances of dying from rabies, I think there's only been like 14 cases in history where they've survived. So the survival rate is like
Did he have the vaccine?
Once you've experienced the symptoms, if you've been licked and now you have rabies, if you go and get the shot or go get treatment, you're okay. You can get it sorted.
Oh, but he
he decided not to. So once the symptoms start, like you get the hydrophobia, I think it is, when you can't drink. like your body just rejects any water, and then like foaming at the mouth and that sort of thing. As soon as those symptoms start, only 14 people have ever survived.
Why would you not go and get the booster though? Was this a rep, you said?
I don't know. The rep told us a story about this guy, and he was from the UK.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. So always just go and get it checked. It's so much better safe than sorry. So much better safe than sorry. I think like we've said it on the podcast before. One of our friends were out here traveling a few months ago, maybe a bit longer than that, and one of the friends got stung in the face by a jellyfish. She went to hospital, had the treatment, absolutely fine. One of the other people in their group that day, or they were swimming in the sea with, he also got stung on the foot or the leg, and he decided that he'd be fine. So they bumped into like people he was traveling with, or maybe his mates, like a few weeks later, and said, "Oh, yeah, how's he doing?" And he had to go home to have his foot amputated.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
It was some I'm guessing flesh-eating bacteria or something, and now you've lost a foot because of a fucking jellyfish.
I know, it just shows you how like dangerous ignorance is. Like you should so much better like getting checked.
Just go.
Like I literally got a text this morning because I'm still in the group chat from the volunteer place, and there was this little puppy, and sadly she died this morning. But they said, sorry. They think that she might have like died of rabies because it was something like neurological or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So they're saying like everyone who's been in contact with that dog needs to go and get the booster. Like luckily that dog was like new and I didn't see it, but it's just scary how it
is scary because it's how many animals have it.
Yeah.
I think if I remember reading right, I think Phuket is the only place where they've managed to eradicate rabies.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't know if you've got any Wi-Fi, Finn, if you better fact check that. No, shame. Yeah, someone might have to check that. But I think so. I think so. Yeah. It's the only place.
Oh, yeah, but with the machete, right?
Oh,
so
go on, yeah.
we were going to like report it to, like we did end up reporting it to like the volunteer person or whatever, because we were considering taking it out with like the tuk-tuk company. But then we found out it's actually legal to carry a blade of up to, I think it's like 60 centimetres in Thailand.
60 centimetres?
It's huge, yeah. It's
massive.
Like that's like a 30 centimetre ruler, right? So
that's
like
fucking terrifying. It's a sword.
Yeah.
You can carry a sword.
And apparently, basically everyone carries one for protection. Like, so we had this like tuk-tuk driver who would always drive us to and from the volunteer place, and they had to ask him to not carry one apparently. So next time you get in a tuk-tuk, just think about how he's probably holding a machete.
He's probably got,
yeah.
I mean, I guess I kind of get it. Because if you need to defend yourself, what else are you going to carry? It's
not
like they exactly have guns here, like in the States. Or
60 centimetres just seems so excessive. Especially like coming from the UK where you can't have a blade that's, is it like 3 inches or something?
Yeah, I
like
don't even
that?
know how long it is.
I'm pretty sure it's 3.
The thing is though, like, because technically you can't carry a kitchen knife, but you got to buy a kitchen knife.
I know, yeah.
So
I think about that. It doesn't make sense. But
I don't know how long it is in the UK. I can't remember. But they've only just banned like all the. Have you seen like the zombie blades, the zombie knives?
What's that?
They're just basically terrifying looking knives, which have like cuts and like grooves in them and hooks. So they're not just like one blade. They just do maximum damage.
I think I've heard of a zombie knife before.
Yeah, disgusting. They look like they're out of a video game.
Really?
That's what they look like. Yeah, and they've only just been banned in the UK.
The type of people who like create those sort of things, like what they're being.
Yeah.
What their purpose is meant to be.
I don't know where those sort of blades are coming from. Because you used to be able to buy them on Amazon. Literally on Amazon, yeah. Like maybe a couple years ago. Maybe not even that long. I think it was under Rishi Sunak that they ended up banning zombie knives. I think. So maybe 2 years ago. Which is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Worse than a machete. Somehow.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh dear. Right, what was the other story? There was another one.
Oh, the time I nearly died.
The time you nearly died. How could I forget?
Oh, fuck. I've not actually told my parents this story yet. Basically...
Sorry, just don't tag them in this.
Yeah.
I'm sure they won't see it.
But basically, this was at the same place, like the volunteering place.
Mm-hmm.
But this was like 2 weeks ago now, I think. So they'd warned us, right, that there were rip currents in this water, but they told us how to spot them, where it's really
Is this
harsh.
like off the coast?
Yeah, it was Sanoi Beach, I think it was called. And apparently like one bit of the water's really calm, that's where the rip current is, and then the rest is like normal waves. So we thought we'd be alright to spot one, and I'd swam in the sea before and it was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, so me and my friend, we go and swim in the sea, and because we'd swam there before, we were like, okay, let's go a bit further out. Like, the water looked so peaceful and calm. And we didn't really realise how far we'd gone, because we were just having such a good time, like, looking at the sunset and stuff. And then we try and swim back, because we were like, oh, it's getting dark now.
Yeah.
And then we're just stuck in the same place, like, not moving. And then we're not really panicking yet, because we're like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. Like, because we were right next to a mountain.
Yeah.
And we thought, because you're meant to, like, swim parallel to a rip current, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we were like, right, we'll just swim to that and pull ourselves along and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, turns out the mountain was actually further than we thought. And then by the time we got there, it was, like, basically pitch black.
So you made it? Swimming was okay?
We made it to the mountain, yeah.
Right.
And then, so we're trying to pull ourselves along, but it was way too slippery. And also, like, is it the barnacles or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, they were so sharp. So we were, like, trying to walk along.
Yeah.
And obviously, we didn't have any shoes because we were in the sea. And then I cut my feet really badly on the barnacles. And it was just, and we even, like, tried to swim and just pull ourselves. It just was not working. And
by this time, it's pitch black.
It's dark, yeah, like, on the verge of being pitch black. So we were like, oh, fuck. But thank God that there was...
I think that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was these 3 Thai guys standing on this rock. So basically, like, the mountain's there, and then there's, like, a little rock we would have had to swim around. So we talked to these guys, and we're like, can you help us? Like, how do we get back? But they didn't speak any English. They were just stood there fishing.
Yeah.
So then we had to use Google Translate on one of their phones, because obviously we don't have our phone.
Yeah.
And we were like, please, like, how do we get back? Can you help us? And they had just pointed up, like, to the mountain. And we were like, what fuck? So we said, like, please, can you show us the way? Like, we don't know where to go. We don't have any torch. And then they were like, oh, yeah, okay. So then they pack up all their stuff. By the time they've completely packed away their fishing gear, it's like pitch black.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to actually...
that was kind of them. They all packed up.
Yeah. It was so... If it wasn't for them, we would have genuinely died. So we couldn't actually get on the mountain. Like, the guys had to literally, like, pull us up, because I don't even know how they got on there, but it was so slippy.
Wait. So this was off track. To get back to where all your stuff was, they were taking you off track. There wasn't like a road. There wasn't a path.
So all of our stuff was on the beach.
Yeah.
And
it's like you've gone like around a pinnacle, and then you've had to like walk back over a mountain.
Yeah, basically. So then we're like, I'll show you a photo of the mountain. Maybe you can like include it, because it's not a fucking joke.
We can put it up.
But so we're like, it's almost vertical, like. I don't even know how we did it. We're, like, literally climbing up. But bless one of the boys, like, he saw my feet were, like, absolutely pissing blood, because they were so sore. And I was like, I really can't do it.
Yeah.
So he gave me a sliders. But they were white. So they got blood everywhere.
They were fucking red by the end of it.
But, yeah, so 2 of the Thai guys went in front. And 1 of the guys stayed with me and my friend. And there was only 1 torch between all 5 of us. So I don't know what those guys in front were doing, but the guy was like shining the torch on our feet so we could see where to go. So kind. Anyway, so it feels like we're on this mountain forever. They stopped halfway to have a cigarette, and like he put in the translate, sit back and relax. And I was like looking down. I was like, I'll fucking try, mate. But oh my God, like I felt like that was the longest cigarette anyone
You're fighting
ever had.
for your life on the side of a
like,
mountain. He's chilled, having a cigarette, telling you to sit back and relax.
Chilled. They were just chatting, and I'm
like, blood.
yeah. So it's like, oh fuck, I'm literally having a panic attack.
How long did it take you to go from the start to finish of the walk over the mountain?
I would say probably about 50 minutes. Maybe longer, maybe less. No, probably not less.
Too delirious at that
I
point.
don't know. But it was such a beautiful view, and I remember saying to my friend, like, I kind of wish I had my phone right now so I could put this on my Snap story, because it was so pretty. Like, hey guys, we're stuck. But yeah, so we carry on up, and like, I was like hanging onto these shrubs, and then there was this like huge like lizard type thing running across the rocks. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in a fucking movie right now. And then halfway through again, they light up a spliff. I'm like, oh my God, are you crazy? But me and my friend, before we got in the sea, we were gonna have a spliff.
Yeah.
But we couldn't find where we put it, and thank God, because I could barely do that sober, let alone stoned. So yeah, someone was watching over us when they like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's
so
unbelievable.
Now we're on the descent for the mountain, and it was so much harder than going up because it was like way more vertical. And we basically had to like bum shuffle. Even the two Thai guys at the front, the whole time they were just on their feet while I was like that. Even they were bum shuffling. I was like, this is serious stuff now. And then
when the locals start concentrating and using efficiency tactics, you know it's like, getting bad.
Holy shit! Literally looked on my side and it's like complete drop. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to die right now. I've like. It really made me see life differently, but then I thought we were at the bottom. We had to like trek through this like forest, and then we had to climb over this wall as well. Oh fucking hell! But then we get back to the beach. I give the guy sliders back. I'm like, sorry, bro.
Now they're covered in blood.
Yeah, but then also we were there with our friend who was just still on the beach. Like he did come in the water with us, but he left after about 15 minutes, and he was just pacing the beach. He thought we'd like drown.
Yeah, I bet. He must have been shitting himself.
He was like, oh my God, where have you been? I was like, mate, I'll tell you in a minute. Like,
talk about a side quest. Fuck
I
me.
know, but
Jesus Christ.
Oh fuck! But yeah, anyway, so that's when we nearly died. That was about 2 weeks ago, and like the cuts on my hands have only just healed because like from grabbing the rocks and stuff, I had some like really bad cuts like right on the soles of my foot and my toes, and like.
I wonder how many times those locals have had to do that path. If it's just in the middle of the night, they're like, "Yeah, we're going this way. We're climbing this wall. We're going through this forest."
Just chilling, doing fishing. Like they looked like they were going to stay there for hours as well. Like,
yeah, that's probably why they weren't too impressed having to take you back because they knew the exact route they were going to have to take, and it was going to be a bit treacherous.
Oh fuck! But yeah, if you're ever on Sonoy Beach, don't go too far.
Sonoy Beach. Where is Sonoy?
It's in Hua Hin. It's like near.
Where in relation to what's central? Bangkok's pretty central.
I know it's 4 hours south of Bangkok.
South. Oh, what like going like on the east side?
Yeah, it's on the east side.
Okay. Yeah.
There's not too much there. Like it is nice, but apparently it's really big for golf. Because we were in 7-Eleven and then we met these like Welsh old men, and they were there with a bunch of like really young Thai girls. This one guy had the bushiest eyebrows I've ever seen. And then they were just talking about how they're here to play golf, and I was like, oh yeah, is that all you're doing? Why are you with? And then they were buying a bunch of ingredients, and I was like, what are you doing?
About
like,
to
who
cook
are
up
these
a storm.
girls? And they were like, oh yeah, they're cooking for us, they are. I was thinking, fucking hell.
Loves it, I do.
Yeah. But God knows what they did after that.
They're cooking for us. Oh my goodness me. It's really funny seeing, like, walking around. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, to be fair. You will always see, like, 60, 70-year-old white guy with some, like, 20, 30-year-old pretty Thai woman.
I know, it's so sad.
Because the thing is, you also, like... I don't know if it happens to you, but like me and Finn have discussed it before. It's like you almost like lock eyes with them, and it's like they're looking at you like you know, and I know like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense? Like, there's a weird like understanding of what's going on.
It's so weird though.
I honestly, I mean, I'd say I don't get it. I haven't been that old yet, so you know.
There seems to be a trend though, like old white guys come and find a Thai girl. Yeah. It's like, why can't you find someone your own age?
I guess it's just easy because like if the old white guys have money, it makes it easy.
True.
Like, if they have money, then and like it's much easier to have money in Thailand than it is somewhere else in the Western world, whether it's like France or England or America. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe they just really are in love.
Or maybe she's mature for her age. That's what all the pedos say, right?
She's mature for her age. She acts like she's 50.
Really, she's 50.
Oh, man. That's 2 great stories, by the way.
Thanks. I've got a couple more.
How long have you been here?
How long have I been here? Well, not too long, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
You've already got those 2 stories.
Yeah, well, what date even is it? It's the
death twice.
So yeah, nearly a month I've been here. I came out on like the 7th. Hopefully no more near-death experiences, but I can't. I'm going to be doing the Ha Giang Loop, so...
Oh, that's fine. You're going to have a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah.
The Ha Giang Loop is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. You will have to get... If you're going to take one of the easy riders rather than do it yourself...
I'm not doing it myself. I don't trust myself to do that.
And you have to use semi-automatic bikes as well. You can't just use like the automatic scooters. So it's a little bit harder. I mean, you definitely have to get used to being on the back of a bike, though, because some of those paths are not solid tarmac.
Was it like the path that we got on the way here?
Like, not too...
That was
in some parts, not too dissimilar.
Oh.
Not too dissimilar. Not quite as like bumpy for like a 4x4, but a lot of gravel, a lot of big stones. Because the thing is, with the typhoon that hit, they had a lot of landslides. So a lot of the roads have been cleared of the landslides, but like the roads haven't been repaired yet. So it is definitely bumpy. So there's a lot of times where, because the thing is, because you're on the bikes for like over 100 kilometers a day. So sitting on the back,
really?
Yeah. So like your arse is hurting.
Especially
my
if
back
as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and especially with each bump, so you can hold onto the back of the bike and hold yourself down. But if you hold yourself down, every bump is even worse because you're putting pressure on it. So sort of like the best thing to do is to not use your hands and just let yourself go up with the bike. So it takes the pressure off.
Not hold on?
Yeah, because it just takes the pressure off. Like if you're just bumping, because like he's in front of you, you've got like a bag behind you. It's quite easy to just, I mean, you look at locals around here, they'll be like sat like sideways on the bike, like on their phone as they're doing
like
stuff.
having a split.
Yeah. So, and like you do get really used to it. And like the drivers by the end of the 4 days do genuinely feel like a bit like family. It's great. You have a dance with them in the evening, doing karaoke with them.
I can't wait to do the karaoke. I love karaoke.
Drinking happy water.
What is that?
It's like, I think it's like a rice wine they make.
Okay.
So I think that's what it is. And like you get it for free. I think most people, if you do a tour, like the Ha Giang tour, everyone gets free. So everyone knows, if you've done the loop, everyone knows what happy water is. So they have you like say cheers in their language, and everyone drinks together. You drink so much of it. So much. Like before you have a shot before you start, they'll do like a little like speech thing. I can't remember what cheers is. Like you say something like repetitively. It's like hype by or something. Everyone will be shouting it. So you've got like a group of 15 people there, plus all the riders as well, and you've got like 25, 30 people there. Everyone's shouting, and then pretty much you don't just eat. Then each of the riders, or at least in our group, each one of them wanted to do their like cheers and shout with everyone. So if you've got 15 riders, you've now done 15 shots by the end of dinner time, and it's about 8 p.m. So like you drink a lot, and it's kind of like, because they make it themselves, it's like the first night was really fucking strong, like you could taste how strong it was. The second night wasn't so bad, because I'm guessing because they can't really accurately, I guess if they're doing it themselves, it's not like they can hit 15% alcohol every time.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it must bounce somewhere between like 20% and 30%. But
what does it taste like?
Not too dissimilar to vodka.
Oh.
Like, not quite. Like, it does definitely taste different, and it tastes a little bit better, especially if it's not as strong. But, like, it's a white alcoholic drink, so it just has, like, a strong ethanol taste.
Stunning.
With a bit of, like, yeah. It's okay. But, like, in the moment, like, when you're doing the loop, it's fun. It's fun.
You know it's going to get you
about to do
fucked up
karaoke.
when it tastes like kitchen cleaner.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and it's free. Like, they don't charge you anything for it. They just literally have like a big jug of it on the table, and everyone's got a little shot glass, and every 5 minutes it's being filled up.
Oh my god!
Like by the end of it, me, Callum, and Adam look at each other like, we actually can't do number 9. We cannot. We cannot. I would say, I would definitely say if you wanted to like do it with a lot of people, doing it with someone like Jasmine Tours would be better. So like with ours, like we didn't really mind it too much because we weren't too worried about like partying. But because we did it through like a smaller hostel, there was only like, cause when you go through the loop, it's like over 3 or 4 days. There's different homestays you stay in.
And like you stay at people's houses?
Like, no, they're homestays, but they're more like hostels.
Oh.
They're more like hostels rather than homestays. And then, so like your group would be there. Maybe there's another group staying that night as well. So then obviously in the evening, you'll come together, you drink, you do karaoke. If you go through someone like Jasmine Tours, a big company, then all the homestays you go in, you're almost guaranteed to be with a lot of people. So like I heard like other friends who like do it with people like Jasmine Tours, and there's someone else, and I can't remember. They had like 60, 70 people at their homestays each night, where we only had maybe 20, 25. So it was a lot quieter. Just because we did it directly through a hostel, but we didn't pay as much. I think they paid around, I think it was around about £200 with an easy rider or so to do it with Jasmine, and we paid maybe like 130, which is quite a big difference. But we just don't get the same homestays. They're not as nice, but I mean, we loved it because it was quiet. We got along with the easy riders so fucking well. So like you're playing like foot badminton during the day with them.
Foot badminton?
Yeah, it's Vietnam's national sport.
What? I'm feeling like you're having me on here.
No, I'm not. I promise you, I'm not having you on.
Never heard of
imagine. It's not even like a shuttlecock because it has like a rubber like flat like disc on the bottom, and then it has like obviously like a stick that goes through with feathers. So when you throw it up, like the rubber bit will face down, and you kick it, and it'll go up, and then you can kick it again. You can do tricks with it. So
really?
Yeah, it's good fun actually. You're just like in the middle of the road playing foot badminton with them all day, and then gets the evening, and like my easy rider's like buying me drink. We couldn't speak a word to each other because he spoke no English, but like we were laughing all the time.
Translate as well.
Had a nice hug at the end. Gave him a bit of a tip. Yeah, it was. No, we didn't even use Google Translate.
Really?
Nothing. We didn't even. We literally. It was just like when we were like, especially when we were riding, and like, not that he'd fuck up, but there would be like difficult parts and like something go a little bit wrong or something. I would just be laughing, tapping on the back, and he'd be laughing, or like trying to go uphill and like he'd miss a gear or something, and we'd have to like start again. We'd just both be laughing. It was fine. Couldn't speak a word of English to each other, but it was
so cute though. Yeah, I've seen on TikTok like. There was this one girl who was like helping the easy rider like through his breakup through Google Translate.
This is what I mean. Like for some reason you just get really close. I guess like if you're on a bike together for like all day.
Yeah.
All day.
Like being that close to someone, you're just bound to like hit it off.
And they're so nice. Like all of them are so nice.
Yeah, because apparently Mama's is like the biggest one.
Oh, maybe that's the one I was trying to remember.
Yeah, but
Mama's,
I don't really know whether I want to do it bigger or smaller, because like when it's like 70 people, I feel like it'd be so hard to like meet everyone because there's so many.
It would only be in the evenings. So like when you go with your group, like there's usually a max per group, so say like 15 people, and then it will just be like if there's another group, you'll both be staying at the same like homestay. So your group will only be like 15 max. Like you'll go around with during the day, and like when you get off at different spots and you go up to like maybe a pagoda or a temple or something or a little hike, and then you're just with that 15 people, and then once you get to those homestays in the evenings, then you all mingle and come together for dinner. So that's so it's kind of nice, and then you've got like 70 people doing karaoke.
Is the food included then?
Yeah, with the price.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
Like three meals a day.
Really?
Yeah. So like in the morning, it's usually like pancakes or noodles. That's usually the two options.
For breakfast?
Yeah. Like I can't remember what the Vietnamese dish is called. Pho? Is it pho? I can't remember if that's what they serve for breakfast or not, but maybe pho, or pho, however you say it. Pho. And then both lunch and dinner are like they give everyone like the little white rice bowls you get.
Oh yeah.
They fill that with rice. Everyone has their own little bowl, and then it's basically just like help yourself, and they'll put like 2 plates of chicken, 2 plates of beef, maybe some like something fried, some vegetables, maybe some fish, and then everyone just dips in. If you don't know how to use chopsticks, you need to learn because.
What, really?
Yeah, because
surely they must have forks for us.
A lot of the places they did, but Finn's brother Callum was funny because like it was noticeable when they didn't have knives and forks because he couldn't really use chopsticks, so he'd always be taking that at the piss. There was a couple times when they didn't have knives and forks, but it's good fun.
I've tried so hard to be able to.
You'll be good by the end of that.
I just
I promise. It's great, especially because you're like reaching in the middle and like taking different bits of them and stuff. It's good. It is really good, and the food is really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, I'm so excited to do it. Everyone says it's like the best 4 days of their life.
Yes, it's so good. It's so much fun.
When did you do it?
Maybe 4 weeks ago.
Oh, not too long then.
No, not too long. And it was really good. I would like to do it again when it's perfect weather.
When is the perfect weather? Like summertime?
Yeah, just summer. Just
would that not be way too hot though?
I don't know, because the thing is the views.
It's in the north, right?
Yeah, so it's not going to be too bad, and it's the views you want. Like, cause like on a really clear day, you can see for so far. I mean, it was cool. Like on the first day, it was pretty clear. Like the first part of the second day was pretty clear, and then it was like misty, which was kind of cool because like seeing all the tops of the mountains like just break through the cloud. With like low hanging cloud, that was so cool to see. It gives it like a weird.
I love a low hanging cloud.
It's a really cool aesthetic. Really cool aesthetic.
Sick.
So I definitely like it's the best 130 quid, 140 quid I've spent easily. Apart from maybe scuba diving as well.
Oh, did you do your diving?
Yeah, I did that
Koh
in Koh Tao.
Tao?
Yeah.
What
Have you done it?
company? Yeah, I did mine like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
or
nice.
1 week ago. Don't know. I did it through my hostel actually, through Revolution. If you stay there, not sponsored, but you get 3 days free accommodation if you book through the hostel. I think it was like 9,000 baht to do the open water diving course. I did it through Mojo, and it was amazing. Like, my instructor was called June. She was really nice, really helpful, like explained stuff over and over again until you got it.
Yeah.
But it was so scary. Like, did you do the open water?
Yeah.
When you have to like take your mask off and like fill it up under the water.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You completely take it off your head.
Yeah. I hated
and you're just
that
underwater
so
with your eyes shut.
It was so scary.
It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
But I think, how many times did you have to do it? Did you have to do it?
What, you had to do it more than once?
Yeah, like to take it off. Yeah, because like we did it like almost like practice, and then like on the last day, that was like one of the things we then had to be assessed for on like the last day. So we had to do that like multiple times.
Really?
Yeah, multiple times.
That sucks for you.
I think the instructor just wanted to make sure we had it. Like we were, to be fair, we flew through it. We were quite like fortunate. We had quite a lot of time to just like swim around because there was only 2 of us on the course.
Okay.
Me and Dev. He was an Israeli guy, really nice guy. Ended up bumping into him like a month and a half later in North Vietnam, just in the middle, like walked into a bar and just both saw each other like.
It's crazy how you bump into people. Like, I was staying at a hostel in Koh Tao. It was a shithole. It was called Loft. Like, the bathroom was like really mouldy and disgusting. But I was just sat having drinks with some people, and then I just hear like, Angie? I'm like, yeah. I turn around and it was like my first year flatmate's friend from home from uni. Who he used to like come out for nights out with us and stuff, but I hadn't seen him for like 3 years.
It's the most random.
I know. I was like, "You're right, mate." And then he told me about how he got his nose broken in, I think it was Chiang Mai or Pai. I think Chiang Mai. So he's just walking down the street. He goes into this bar and he's with like his 3 friends or whatever, and then the guy, like the bartender, literally just punches him in the face and breaks his nose. And I kind of thought
just out of the blue,
completely out of the blue. And I thought, okay, that sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
But then 2 of the people there were with him, and they were like, "Yeah, that just happened. That's what happened." And then he had to spend like, I think it was like £2,000 to like get the surgery and stuff. But then
did you not have insurance?
No, he did. Oh yeah, no. So the insurance covered it, but that's what it would have cost.
Yeah.
And then they found the guy, so they took them both to the police station. Apparently, they ended up spending like 3 days with this guy just because like the police process took so long.
Oh my God.
And he was like, "How much money do you want off him for punching you?" And then the guy who got punched was like, "Oh, I don't want any money." I would have fucking rinsed that man.
Yeah.
He was like, No, I don't want any money. And they were like, "Okay, well, we're going to put him in prison then for 3 years." So he was like, "Oh, fine, I'll just take like 500 baht.
Fucking hell. So this guy, that's so conflicting. So he's gone out his way to report this guy to the police. They've said, "Oh, how much money you want?" He's like, "I don't want any money." They're like, "Okay, we're going to put him in jail." And then he's actually like, "Nah, I don't want him to go to jail. I'll just take 500 baht, so a tenner."
Yeah.
Just over a tenner. What was he trying to achieve?
I don't fucking
if they gave
know.
him both options and he was actually just like, "Nah, it's fine." Why did he spend 3 days with them at a police station?
I don't know. That's why I said, I was like, why would you not just
man.
take his money? Because, like, 3 years, I know he shouldn't have punched him, but 3 years is pretty ridiculous as amount of prison, I think.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. I mean, you have just walked up to some random guy and levelled him in the face. So the chance he's going to do it again to some other poor bastard.
He could have been, like, mentally ill or something, you don't know, but I'd say just rinse
3 years is a lot. It is a lot.
Maybe, like, a year or 2, but 3 is, like, crazy.
Only 500 baht.
I know. It's like, fuck's sake, Paddy, idiot. But yeah, I went to the jungle party in Koh Tao. Did you do that?
Oh, no, we didn't go. How was it?
Really? It was good. Like, I honestly, before I went, I was so tired I couldn't really be asked. But and then I just made a bunch of friends with that. Because the hostel I was staying at, it was Revolution. It was like a party hostel. But because I was doing my diving, I didn't really go out much at the night.
Yeah.
So I didn't really meet that many people. But on the last night I was there, it was not fun doing the slow boat to Khao Sok after the jungle party. I was so hungover, like the overnight boat. But
no.
The jungle party was really fun. Like,
is that the ones they nickname slave ships? The one where you have to like sleep so close to people, Like
I
you're
didn't know
literally
they were called that, but yeah.
touching shoulders, like because they overbook them.
I mean, it had like barriers and stuff.
Oh, okay,
It wasn't that
okay.
high, but I honestly slept amazing. Like the bed was really hard, but I'm used to a hard bed since traveling, and it was a lot better than because I've been on some sleeper buses in Thailand before where it was like horrible. Like the seats only go back a tiny bit, and like I'm literally that close to someone. So I was literally surrounded by French people. Also, I bumped into the two people that I did my diving with on that boat. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, this couple, they met when they were travelling, actually. This Canadian guy and American girl.
Yeah.
I think they're in like Chiang Mai now, but they're going to move to Australia together. So
really?
Yeah.
How long have they been travelling for?
Quite a while.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I imagine coming out travelling for like 2-3 months, meeting someone going, right, fuck it, let's...
yeah, well, they've apparently known each other for like...
Australia.
A year and a half, but they've been dating for like 5 months.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they're going to move to Australia.
Yeah, everyone is going to Australia. I can see why.
I'm going to Australia in January.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Just to travel? Are you going to work?
I'll get the working holiday visa and just work and travel, I guess. Yeah. So excited.
Yeah, for Brits, it's so nice.
But I'm just terrified of spiders, so I know that sounds really stupid that I'm going there. But like,
the thing is, there's spiders here though.
I've not actually seen any bad ones here. Have you?
I mean, we've seen like a few that look nasty. Whether they're poisonous, I don't know.
You see, right, this sounds so stupid, but I don't really care if they're poisonous. I care if they're like big and scary. I'm not going to go near it anyway, but if they look really scary, that just really freaks me out.
There was someone when we were in, I think it was when we were in Hoi An, there was some girls we were talking to, and they went in is it banana boats or the coconut boats? I always mix this up. The ones like the circles that they spin you around in, where they go like that and you just spin
boat,
around.
I think.
Is it coconut boats? Yeah. So they had just jumped in one of those, and they had noticed there was a wolf spider.
What's a wolf spider?
Like a wolf tarantula. They're like grey tarantulas with like loads of like little hairs on. Yeah, yeah.
Didn't know they came in that colour.
That was in the bottom of the boat just before they started like spinning you. So obviously they've seen it. They've started spinning, and they just said they just let out like basically just blood curdling screams, and like the person spinning the boat just like stopped in absolute like hysterics, and they just like had to just jump out and get rid of the spider. But they're big spiders.
Oh,
big spiders.
Are they poisonous?
I don't think they're very nice. I don't know if they're poisonous, but they're not very nice. I think they'd give you a nasty bite. I think you'd know about it because they're big. They got quite big fangs. There was a story about some people were getting this. I can't remember what they were getting. Maybe it was like a floating market boat. And when they pull the boats in overnight, spiders go underneath the boats. So when they drag it into the water and people then get in the boat and they start going, the spiders then crawl up the sides to come inside the boat. So like they had to they were telling us, I think it was from an Irish couple I met, and they were saying to them before they got on the boat, the spiders are going to crawl over, please don't panic, because people have like jumped off the boat. Like people just panicked and just jumped into the water.
Yeah, that would be me.
Which is kind of fair. You just see like half a dozen spiders start crawling up over the sides of the boat. That would be pretty.
So wait, where's this?
I think they were in Thailand somewhere.
Oh my god.
I think they're near Chiang Mai or something like that. Yeah. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Yeah. But we've been very fortunate. We've dealt with a few cockroaches.
Really?
Yeah, we were staying.
Oh, that reminds me of Malta. But finish your story.
It's only a quick one. I was going to say we were traveling with Finn's sister, younger sister, and we were just we were in between places. So we were just staying in this place for one night as we were traveling, and so we just had like a private room with like 3 beds. And she went into the bathroom, and just the sound of the scream, because there was 2 cockroaches that obviously come out from the drain, and they were fucking
out the
huge,
drain.
Yeah, huge cockroaches, huge.
Oh,
terrible.
In Australia, apparently they've got these like huge cockroaches, and some of them are blue, and they fly in your face.
Blue, giant, flying cockroaches.
Apparently they have a lot of like blue thing. This is coming from my Australian friends. I don't know how true it is, but they said they also have these like huge blue wasps, and they're like really poisonous.
Blue wasps?
Yeah, blue wasps. And they're like, I hate normal like English wasps, but if I saw a blue one, that would be kind of cool. But
it would look
if
cool.
they're huge, like I've seen some really big wasps here though, and also
The hornets.
I went on this tour yesterday, this like island tour,
Yeah.
and there was a guide called Billy. He was so sound, but there was just this huge bug on his shoulder. Like at the end, we went to the hostel to like pay for our drinks and stuff. And then people were just crowding around him going, ugh! I was like, what's he done? Why are you doing that to Billy? And I look on his shoulder, I'm like, I don't even know what it was. I didn't get that close, but it was like this huge, like weird beetle.
Oh,
so grim.
Dude. So yeah, some of the size of the bugs out here are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
It's terrible. We had in Bangkok, when it rained really bad, I'm guessing, like, it had been raining already for, like, 15, 20 minutes, like, just non-stop torrential downpour. And I was sat outside of a shop, just sort of, like, hiding. And obviously the drains there must have, like, filled up to the brim. And then after, like, 20 minutes, like, hundreds, if not thousands of different bugs were just coming out of these drains and going into the street along Koh Tao Road. And people are just screaming up and down the street. Shops are, like, having to use brushes to brush them away from the doors. Like, I mean, like, hundreds, if not thousands.
Oh, that would make me
giant
pass away.
Cockroaches, tiny little bugs.
And you saw it?
Yeah, I was sat there.
Oh.
Yeah. I was sat there trying to, like, dodge them with my feet.
Oh, you're not scared of them then?
I mean, like, I don't want them
ooh.
crawling on me, but if they come near me, I'll just either step away or step on him, so.
Hear
Either
that
way.
crunch, ASMR.
Yeah, the only ones I wouldn't want to step on are the cockroach, because you'd feel that. They are dense.
Yeah.
The cockroaches are dense.
Or if it was like a pregnant spider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be bad.
I get terrified
Just never
of that.
squish a spider.
Yeah.
Especially, if it's
I'm
got a
too
big
scared
back.
of spiders. I don't want to get close enough to squish them. I feel bad squishing them as well.
Yeah.
But
Just
like,
put them
I
in a
just
pot and
wouldn't
chuck
squish
outside.
them anyway, just because I've seen those videos. I mean, it's on Facebook. I don't know how true they are, but where like someone does that and then all the babies.
Oh yeah, and they go
everywhere.
fucking everywhere. Yeah,
Oh.
people start screaming.
Yeah.
It's kind of karma, to be fair. It's a little bit of karma.
Yeah. But anyway, Malta, right?
Go on, Malta.
So the cockroaches reminded me. Basically, this is a quite long story. I'll try and
Go
cut
on,
it down.
that's fine.
So I'll give you the backstory. Basically, I went. Don't go on holiday with someone that you meet in group therapy. That is like the.
That's going to be the
That's the
title of this
lesson.
podcast.
Really? That's the lesson that I learned from that.
Don't go travelling with someone you met
Yeah.
in group therapy.
So, right, it's 2022, and this girl messages me, like, we met in therapy like a few years before, hadn't really spoke for a while, but we got on really well, and then she texts me saying, oh, this festival looks really cool, I don't have anyone to go with, like, do you want to come?
Yeah.
This was literally like a month before. And it was like Bring Me the Horizons Malta Weekender, it's called. Do you know Bring Me the Horizon?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
They're so cool. But anyway, so I was so excited. We booked all our flights and everything. And then we booked just like a hotel room just for us two. And it was really good. Like, we get there having a great time for like the first day, I would say. And
Not very
then
long. 24 hours.
Yeah, and then like we were getting on so well, and then she meets this guy. Well, the second guy. The first guy she like had sex with in the street or whatever. I'm like, okay, you do you, whatever.
Hold up. Hang on. So the first guy she had sex with in the street. Okay.
Yeah, they just... And then when she came back, her hands and her knees were black. She was covered in mud, and she had like loads of cum on her dress and stuff. Like, it was so grim. But then she didn't even shout, like... Because basically, it was like two single beds but pushed together, so it was basically like... It was basically like a double bed.
Yeah.
And she gets back, she doesn't even shower, she's just like sprawled. I'm like, oh, I don't want to like, you just... And she said this, they were like near some bins and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, can you just have a fucking shower, please?
It gets worse. It gets so much worse.
Yeah, so that was like, I was like, okay, whatever, you do you, like, hot girl summer.
I'm going to do my best to forget that.
Hot girl summer
That's
shit.
not hot girl summer.
Yes,
I
it
feel a
depends who
little
you
bit of
ask,
disparity.
right? Yeah, but then the second day, so we go to this like event or whatever, and then she meets this guy at the bar.
Yeah.
And then they like get together or whatever, and she kind of just like ditched me, but I thought, okay, whatever, like that's fine, because I'd made friends with some other people anyway. And then I get back, she didn't come back for like 2 days, so I got super worried because I was texting her and she wasn't replying. I thought he'd like fucking murdered her or something. And then she just comes back, and then she brings this guy, and she's like, oh yeah, sorry, like I was busy.
My
and
God.
she's still wearing the same dress that's covered in cum, right? Genuine. You missed that, didn't you?
That was a terrible time for you to sit back down.
But yeah, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, Jack's."
This girl needs help.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why she was in
She
group
needs
therapy.
to find the Lord. She needs to find the Lord.
Oh God, I don't think he can save her, honestly. But yeah, she's like, "Oh yeah, Jack's staying here, by the way." I'm like, "Is he? You didn't really ask me."
Didn't
but
ask.
all right.
Yeah, some rando.
Like, when I spoke to him a couple of nights ago, he just seemed quite rude. So I was like, whatever. So he was just in our room all day. And then basically, like, the next few days go on and she just, like, completely ditched me. Like, we got on the bus to the festival together, but then she'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to go meet Jack now, bye." God. But again, like, luckily, that's where I met my Australian friends, actually. I met them in Malta. So something good did come out of it. Like, we still talk every day, but... So anyway, yeah, that happens. And then she just keeps bringing him back, and I will never forget this until the day I die, and I wish I could. But so this one night, we were out at this like rave, get back, stupid o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep. And then her and Jack come back, and remember how I said it's like two single beds pushed together? They start having sex. So I'm turned that way. They start having sex right behind me. So I was like, "Can you please stop?" Or he had an apartment. Why can't you just go there? I literally said that. I was like, "Why can't you go to his?" And she's like, "Oh, well, we're all the way here now. Like, it's far." I'm like, I don't give a shit. Yeah. I don't want to hear you have sex.
Have some fucking decency.
Or we had a balcony. I mean, it's not ideal, but if you really want to fuck, just do that. Or like, fuck in the street again. You didn't have any problems doing that a few days ago. Oh, God. But yeah, so I told them to stop, and they just carried on having sex. And
don't go on holiday with someone from group therapy.
Yeah, but this guy was fair play. He lasted a long time, but it made me want to actually kill myself. I was just there, like, traumatized. I was considering, like, should I just
PTSD from that?
Yeah. I just added on to the PTSD that was already there, like, but I was honestly considering just getting a flight home, but I still had a couple of days of the festival, right? And then wake up the next morning, and they go and have a shower. Well, she goes and has a shower. This random guy's just in the bed next to me, and I'm thinking, can you just like piss off now?
Wait, another guy number?
No. This is the same guy.
Oh, okay. Right,
yeah,
right.
Don't worry.
Fucking hell. She needs an exorcism.
I know, yeah, but he, after like 5 minutes, he gets up and goes in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, she's in the shower. Like, no. Yeah. She always showers with the door wide open, by the way. So he comes in, and then about a minute later, I'm hearing stuff. I'm thinking, at least shut the fucking door. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So I just went and sat on the balcony, because I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then, like, 20 minutes later, she comes out, and she's like, "Oh, what are you out here for?" I was like, because I was hearing your cheeks get clapped, babe. I don't want to listen to that, thank you. And she's like, "Oh, don't be so boring." I was like, fuck off. It's not boring. Like,
do you reckon they were just trying to include you? Do you reckon that's what they were trying to do?
I don't know. I mean, they could have asked. I would have said no.
I was going to say subtle hints, but
I would have asked. No, sorry. They could have asked, but I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot barge pole, mate. But yeah, anyway, so I was really pissed off at this point. And I go in the bathroom, right, get some toilet roll, and then I look at the bottom of the toilet roll.
Oh, no, don't. I don't even want to.
And there is a huge crushed up cockroach on the bottom of this toilet roll. Because, so our room had like a cockroach infestation, right?
Oh, nice.
And this girl was
cherry on top, really.
Yeah, she was so messy. Like, I get, when you're on holiday, a few things here and there, you don't have to like be really organised. All her clothes, everything she brought was in a pile in the corner of the room. Bear in mind, there was a shitload of cockroaches running around the floor. And I said to her, I was like, "Are you sure you want to leave your stuff there? Like, the cockroaches will get all over it." She's like, "Yeah, it's fine." She's like, "Is it though?"
I mean, by the sounds of it, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but
I'm not surprised.
So I was like, "Oh my fucking God."
Are you still friends with this girl?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Come on.
So yeah, there was loads of cockroaches in our room, and the night before, like, there was one in the bathroom, and then she sent the guy in, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll kill it." I thought he'd like stand on it or something, but turns out he'd used that toilet roll. That's how I found the cockroach there. I was like, "What the actual fuck?" That's what reminded me of the story when we said cockroach.
Cockroach, yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, I was fuming at her. They like pissed off for the day, and I was a bit angry. So I saw is that she had left like a cigarette, like a roll up, just on the floor, and this is really bad, but I rubbed it all over the bottom of my shoe because I just hated her so much, but you couldn't really tell when you looked at it, right? So I just put it right back in the same place, and then she came home later and she smoked it. Of course she did. Like,
that was your little own back.
So much joy, and I would do it again. I know it's disgusting. I know that's horrible, but I would do that again because I'm not being funny. All the shit she put me through. But yeah, anyway. So
that was your revenge.
Yeah, we go and check out, and then the night before she gets so drunk, and I'd like packed all my shit the night before, but she hadn't, and the taxi came to take us to the airport at 7:30, right? So she wakes up at like 7. She's not packed any of her shit, and she's like, "Oh fucking hell!" Just scream. I'm like, "What?" She was in group therapy for anger problems, by the way. She's like, "Oh fuck's sake!" And I was like, "Why wouldn't?" I just said, "Why didn't you pack yesterday? Like, we got to leave soon," because the reception was like knocking on our door because the taxi was early.
Yeah.
And then she literally looks me in the face, screams at me like, "Are you not..." Wait, what did she say? "Oh, you're just going to fucking stand there and not do anything." I was like, all right. I was still so annoyed. I was like, whatever, I'll just help.
Anything to make this go quicker.
Yeah,
Sounds
so
like a fucking
she... She's like putting her stuff in the suitcase, and I was like sat on top, and she's like trying to zip it, and it's so awkward because we're like not talking, and she's just like, "Ugh,
having to work together,
like can't shut the zip." She's getting so angry. I was thinking, please don't break the zip, because we were sharing a suitcase. Like, it was her suitcase, and we put half and half in it, and I was just like, I really don't want this suitcase to break. We couldn't get it fully closed, so it's like half open, but we had to go and get the taxi, right?
Yeah.
So then we get in the taxi, and then she phones her mum, and she's like, "Oh my god, yeah, I'm still with her. Like, she's really annoying me." I was thinking,
fucking
fuck off, bitch.
Jesus, man.
And then, yeah, just basically talking about me. I was thinking,
she's put you through a fucking
I was like,
nightmare.
there's a lot of things that I could say to my mum about you, but I'm going to be the bigger person and just... Because we still had like an hour to drive to the airport. I was like, I'm just gonna like listen to music. I really can't be bothered with this. So we get to the airport, and we have to, like, you know, where they get the cling film to shut your bag because it wouldn't shut properly, so we had to do that. And then, funnily enough, we bumped into the guitarist of Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah, so met him.
No fucking way.
So got photos with him. But she took a photo of me, and then she was like, "Oh, can you get a photo of me?" And a part of me, I didn't, but a part of me really wanted to just not take the photo, but I thought, no, that's nasty, I don't want to do that.
You've already dirtied the cigarette.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to do that.
You couldn't bring yourself to go any further.
Yeah, because if she did that to me, I would have been so sad, so I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that made me feel a lot better meeting him. But of course, like, every day of the festival I looked so good. I had a cute outfit on, cute makeup. The day that I meet the fucking guitarist, I was just like in my shorts, like my hair's like that. I was like, literally. So I was like, fuck's sake. But yeah, anyway, so we're on the plane. We're sat right next to each other. It was so awkward. And I was in the middle seat, even though I had the middle seat on the way there. So, but she just... We were meant to swap, but she just took it again. Yeah. For fuck's sake.
It falls in line with what her personality sounds like.
But then, so we get to Manchester Airport, and my dad was going to pick me up, and I think she was going to, like, get the train or something. So I said to my dad, like, I'd tell him when we were there. I'd tell him when we were there.
Yeah.
So we get off the plane. I'm like, "Oh, wait here. Like, my dad will be here in 10 minutes. Because I think she had to wait a while for a train anyway, and obviously we were sharing the suitcase, we couldn't just leave.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm just on the phone to my dad, she has the suitcase, and I turn around, she's gone, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I try and call her, and I'm like, where are you? Like, my dad's here. Yeah. She's like, I'm outside. I'm like, yeah, but where? Like, we're in Manchester Airport, babes. Like, it's huge. And she's like, oh my God, just fucking come and find me then. So I was like, because my dad had to bring my little sister with him, who at the time was like 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to make her wait for a while. Like, it's just fucking rude.
She's
anyway.
Fucking nice.
Yeah. So we come out the front, and luckily she was at the first, like, bit, like, obviously having a cigarette.
Yeah.
And so come out, And then my dad's there, and then I'm like, right, I need to get my stuff out the suitcase. And then she doesn't even say anything. She opens the suitcase, starts grabbing all my clothes, throwing them all over the floor of the smoking area. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'll do it. And she just keeps doing it. I was like, in front of my sister as well, and she was just saying like, oh, shut the fuck up. I was thinking, don't swear in front of her. She's a little girl, like, so stupid. And my dad was just there, like...
in shock.
Yeah.
How on earth did you think that she was a good person before going to go to Malta with? Because by the sounds of it, she is a horrible human being.
She is, but when we first met, like, she's really, like, easy to talk to, and she seemed very nice. We got on really well. We had the same interests, like the same music and stuff. Yeah. And I hadn't really spent that much time with her. It was only, 2 hours a week for, like, a couple months.
Yeah. It was kind of like what everyone is really anxious about when they go somewhere with a new person.
Yeah, but because we were in Malta for like a week just in the same room, so it was a gamble, but... Yeah, so...
I mean, at least now it's a hell of a story.
It is, but... so I get back, and I still like had her on socials and stuff. For some reason, I was still on her private story, so I was seeing, like... Apparently that guy, like, fucked her off or something like that. Cool. Yeah. And she was just... All she would post is drinking beers in the bath, like, every day. I'm like, get a fucking life, girl. But then I just blocked her.
Was she only in group therapy for anger issues? That was it?
Nah, she had a lot.
Sounds like there should have been something else.
The main thing was anger issues, but she had just a lot of other stuff. Like, her dad, like, was not a nice guy and stuff like that, I think. Right. But
a lot of trauma going on.
Just don't go on holiday with someone you meet in group therapy.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy title for a clip for that one.
Yeah. Sorted you out there. And it really traumatised
as soon as you said that,
me.
And I laughed. I knew this had to be bad.
Really? Yeah.
Someone from group therapy. I just knew that had to be bad.
Oh.
That could be turned into a fucking film.
Do you reckon? Honest to God, yeah. But I don't really know. I've actually still got her on Facebook, which I didn't realise because I thought I blocked her on everything. But I don't really want to delete her now because I kind of just every now and again I'll be like, what's she doing? She doesn't really post much on there though. Yeah, so I
probably
can't
for the best,
really...
to be honest with you.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it, she shouldn't be
but
sharing too much about
she shares a lot of those quotes where it's like toxic people, like blah blah blah, or it's like I'm a loyal friend. I'm thinking, yeah, fucking right, mate. But yeah,
those are made because of people like her.
I know, yeah. Honestly, but...
Oh, goodness. Are you still comfortable on these chairs?
My bum started hurting a while ago.
Yeah. How long are we going for? I honestly couldn't tell you. Oh, shit. Damn.
Easy flowing convo.
Yeah. See, honestly, I honestly love doing stuff like this. No phones, nothing. All you have to do is just concentrate on conversation. Mm-hmm. It is so good.
And all these stories are forever in here.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons.
Especially stories like that. That was 3 big stories.
I know. I was worried before I came here. I was like, what the fuck am I going to say? But then I remembered while we were riding here about the machete, and then it just all came flooding back to me.
All the PTSD was coming back to you. Yeah.
Rip off the band-aids.
Well, if you're happy, we can end it there.
Yeah.
Yeah?